Um, First of all, I want to say thank you, God. At this point, I've been mentally preparing myself. I didn't know um, that this preparation and the way I've been mentally gearing myself, the way I need to face this trash. Listen, as a target individual, I fully understand what it means, and I understand there's sufferings that come from all kind of people. The most vulnerable babies are being tortured in this. I got the chance to speak with others that is inclusive of women and children too, going through some horrible things. Now, there's no surprises. But with me, it's just funny because these people are still, I guess, going through certain things in regard of like framing me. But I've been making videos since my first video was in July 2020. It's gonna be 6 years in maybe in 5 or so months. And I've been making clear that I know I'm a target individual. I know what it means. I understand what it means. I've spoke with others. There's quite the amount of tracing of everything I've been saying for a long time. For a long time. A little over half a decade at this point. Now, listen, they've been telling me they're going to frame me this and that. And I'm like, do whatever you do. But I warned them that if they try to method act this thing in front of me, it's going to go completely left. I stand on that. Now, I was delivered some food. And as I'm getting the food, first of all, I hear somebody whistling. And I'm like, okay. At this point, I'm so unfazed by things. I'm so unfazed that they're forcing me to get like fear. They like creating forced anxiety or fear that I don't have because I'm just bombarding myself with the reality of what this is. That's why I make a lot of videos. That's why I listen to a lot of the torture is over and over and over. I sleep listening to that. I wake up listening to that. It's like I've turned myself into somebody who's gone almost fanatic. Meaning that I don't care about my own life anymore. Because I know that things are not looking good in my health. The thing with them is like they've been destroying my health in a way that I don't even care about my health because I don't know that they've damaged my body so much that there's no future. But the thing is, this trash, they're the one who had a future. Now, first of all, they tell me they're going to frame me. One thing is for sure. There is nobody on earth that lives a life where they frame somebody as a child when they were children. Because that's what they tell me. They tell me they're going to have a child play like she was a rape victim. But in fact, it goes as far as some of this child retard trash say that some of them are children who have children and going to act like the children that they have are my children. I'm like, oh my gosh. So you going to have a whole fucking generation of failure? Good for them. Good for them. I hope nothing but this for the rest of their future. Who knows? Maybe they get raped for real one day. But one thing is for sure, they wanted to do this as like they were some kind of heroes. In this program, there's first of all a lot of participation of just teenagers underage trash. They participate in the mockery of the sufferings of sometimes the child when the mother's there just to break the mother psychologically. They're there to gaslight the mother or the target individual. It's very common. So they wanted to do this thing in a way where they present it as like heroic beings, when in reality it's just like they not the trash in this program that does this kind of nasty things. Because even framing is something that's happening as in the target, in the TI realm, in the most disgusting ways. And clearly the law enforcement is involved in this. If anybody is more involved, they're like, the foot soldier of this whole thing. So now you look at this picture. I was supposed to be intimidated. No intimidation. If anything, the isolation is worse than when, seeing people. It's actually definitely, it's been a while. It's been a while. But anyhow, I'm coming out and I hear somebody whistling. They're dressed in, in a certain way. Funny because, they look more like, they don't look like regular, well, they dress pretty properly. And as I'm stepping out, somebody say deliver and show some, and I'm not even responding to them. I'm not even giving any attention because I know it's like me. I don't know what's going to happen. My mind is set. Don't need to pretend like we're friends. I know you're a perp. I know you have here. I don't need to be friendly. Don't need to talk to you. I'm going to get my stuff and get up. If there's anything else it's going to go somewhere else. I'm not a tough guy. I'm very not a tough guy. But one thing about me, I understand, is the state I'm in is really bad. And the funny part is, I don't know if they're even laughing about it, is because my internal organs are so damaged that they tell me I'm being rotten from inside. Like my guts are just so destroyed that I shouldn't even be eating. Because they tell me I'm going to starve. So they had like a smile, a smirk when they saw me pick up this food. And I wonder, is it because they know I shouldn't even be eating at all? Or is it because they, the whole thing they have set up and prepared? So I'll go open the door. First of all, when I open the door, first thing you hear is me blasting what you're going to hear about teen being involved in this program where they even mock the sufferance of children. That's what you're going to hear here. Laughing at the sufferance of children. And this is something other target video have said. Mothers have said that. And not just like the sufferance of children, but even like grown target video. There's a lot of participation of this teenager and they have the same gimmick. It's so funny because they do the same thing to me in the midst of me listening to that. They have this like childishness about them. You're going to hear mockery, dismissiveness. And I say that word, they try to flip it into something else. But it's just like this childish, like condescending, troll-like ways. Now, I'm not scared of death. I know they are, though. So as much as they gamify things around, they know what will happen if they try to play this game with these people not around. I don't care about how I'm going to suffer. My sufferance is how I'm going to curse this trash. These people really are so pathetic. I've never seen people fail in such a level that's surreal. Try to gaslight me. They've been dismantled in the way they wanted to. They wanted to be some fierce. These people, trashers, are involved in a program where they burn genitals of children. They wanted to be like, oh yeah, just you're dying. I was like, trash, I'd rather die in hell than be involved in whatever you're involved. Now the teenage trash like you be involved in this program where you even mocking children's sufferance. Go on, go play your role, you trash, little retard trash. But make the mistake of talking to me in front of me and doing this thing. Trust me, I don't want to living. I don't want to live like you. And I'm dying, and I'm gonna die in hell. Whatever heaven you have going for you, I don't want that. Look at this trash. This is heaven. Let's go die to hell. So I'm stepping out, and you're gonna hear. What you're gonna hear in the background is what you're gonna hear there. These claims that target individual with children are saying that in some cases, teens are mocking the sufferings of their children to gaslight them. And so there's two individuals out there dressed in a certain way. Obviously, they timed it so when they see me when I come out, I guess I was supposed to be intimidated. I felt nothing. Absolutely nothing. It felt empty, no fear, no nothing. I'm actually like craving for confrontation, to be honest. And I'm not going to start anything, but I'm not afraid. Maybe I should, but the thing is, like, I'm in a state where be afraid of what's happening here to you already, right now in my bed. So I go pick up the thing, and you're going to see here, this guy's there, and as they knock on the door in front of me, timed everything, and it's like, yeah, policia. I was supposed to be scared. I was like, okay. Hey, knock on my door and say policia. And I'm supposed to be thinking, no, they've been telling, they've begun, use this, they frame me, and the police like, listen, they don't need to play the gimmicks. I'm ready for confrontation. I'm ready. I know I'm dealing with some magical losers who don't even think in the future. I know I'm dealing with some loserness that's so magical. I mean, it's amazing. I deal with them every day. I'm like, oh my gosh, these retards have no concept of reality. It's like, I'm ready to face this trash. I can't wait to see what this childlike trash that they tell me they're going to frame me with. I can't wait to even see her. Like, I'm almost excited to see the reveal of who is this loser, this majestic losers or in plural. I can't wait to see them. I can't wait for the unveiling of who is this pathetic shit. Is there those who have been showing on my videos? Who is it? I can't wait to see that. I know it's going to be extremely bad. Extremely pathetic. And the funny part is like, oh my gosh, they're going to abuse you. They're going to rape you. It's like, I'm dying. Let me go see this pathetic lowlife. And they were supposed to intimidate me. It's like, man, just knock on my door and when it's ready, just tell me. But hey, one thing I warn, this trash tried to play this game. It will end there. So those people ended actually, they said police. I was like, oh, I guess the police. Nothing. I guess I was supposed to be scared. It's like, knock on my door. You know how I'm craving to, like, I'm being so isolated that I'm like, I hope. I'm ready for some. Now they tell me about the horrible thing I'm going to go through. Listen, these perps are so pathetic. It's like, you should have done that before you destroy my organs. Because now you're making me fanatical when I have nothing to lose. I want to drag you to a different hell. To this loserness. I can't wait to see how much of a loser you are. Even the people that have been supposed to excite these people, I've been able to show them for what they are. Extremely pathetic. Now, going back to what you're saying here. Obviously, law enforcement is involved. Target Vigil, you obviously know that the law enforcement is clearly involved in this program at a high level. Okay, they're really the foot soldier in a sense in regard of entities. So I'm not even scared. And funny enough, these cops are super crooked. I'm like, Jesus. It's like, is this on purpose or what? Like, I'm like, this is like, Jesus. Gosh. It's like, you don't want to be like in any dealing with these people. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, it's not even those like who can pass like, okay, legit, like they're legit cops, but I'm like, those will be the cops be involved in something crooked. So I go back in and I'm like, see, is this real? Like, I feel like I'm in a movie where there's like a movie about crooked. Now listen, I'm not against. It's funny. The part is like a lot of the facade. For me, is like it's been like this, like Me Too, like woke like facade. Try to be like, yeah, we go to rallies against ACAB and this, and then like, this is the cops you guys work with. Oh my goodness. Gosh, there's a lot of legit cops. Listen, I'm not somebody against cops, but as I've been in New York, those are perhaps the most crooked-looking cops I've seen, based on what they look like. I don't know if it's true or not. So I was like, oh gosh, it is perfect. But the reality, I'm not scared. I don't want to suffer like in the isolation. Like let me face this evilness. I'm prepping myself to run to it. My life means nothing to me at this point. Now I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to kill myself. But I understand they've already killed me. But I'm glad I took this trash here to a different hell. They will not have a good future. I know for a fact. No way these people will live a life of happiness. For sure. For sure. I didn't even let them live happy thinking they were heroes. Every day they gotta listen to trash like you are known to be involved in a program where they burn genitals of children. You're everything disgusting. The people who try to excite you just entitled and an opportunist at a level that's majestic. I guess they thought I was going to be like a nice, polite individual. No. Why am I have to be polite now? To all who's watching this is my purpose in life. I don't want to be screaming in pain. I don't want to be in pain. But man, I'm already dying. Let me make sure I drag you guys into a different hell. Make sure that all the good things can happen to you whenever it happens to you. But for those pathetic ones, you guys are the biggest losers. You're bigger loser than me. I was already dying. Things were already done for me for a long time. You, and I'm talking about the pathetic ones that's going to play like they were in some kind of relationship. It was like, trust, you can't even come near me unless you want to lose your life. Meaning coming near me in regard of like playing this character where we've been actually interacting, and so you want to come and act like I come. If that's true, come talk to me like the way you think, the way you talk on this chats or whatever they say. Come. Even the cops don't even scare me. Imagine if this little trashy, because they tell me that they have a chat where they're talking and make it look like it's me. I was like, imagine that's how I behave in front of those cops who have guns and everything on them. Just imagine one of these pathetic lowlife that say they're gonna frame me and act like they've been interacting with me. Come and talk to me like we've been actually talking and chatting. Their life will be in danger. I will not even tolerate them method act anything. You know, it's funny, as I'm saying that, they try to force my speech to actually talk to you. Listen, My recommendation to these losers, empathetic, trash, childish, low life. I don't want to have your blood on my hands. But I reassure you, if you're trying to make what you guys have been setting up a reality in regard of like really making real, you will not survive. And I don't want that. I will react the way somebody who is being framed reacts towards somebody who's trying to make it look like that this is not a frame but is actually true. Think what I mean. And I have nothing to lose. I don't even care about my testicles. That's how I'm ready to crash out. Then try it. To these officers, do your trashy stuff. You do look crooked. I'm sure there's a lot of good thing happening for you. And I'm ready for confrontation. To these mothers who have their kids doing that, you're the mother of the year. Keep being a great mother. They're trying to make me say the word beautiful because apparently they've been chatting. When they chat with each other, they call themselves beautiful. They even come out and like, I'm beautiful. I'm like, Jesus. I was like, okay. Yeah, they like a beautiful future waiting for this trash. You did good as a mother. I will not allow these clowns to even delude themselves. And for me, it is important to do this thing not just for me, but for all who've been abused and tortured in this program. And I'm talking about the babies. To all the mothers who have witnessed their children suffering, being tortured in such a horrible ways, and see some teenage trash mocking that. For those who killed themselves, who knows how many. For all the children who got sick and who didn't even grow up normally because their parents were being tortured. No. And for those who even lashed out and ended up killing. Like Steve Marlowe. I'm ready. But look at this. And the best part is when I hear these perps saying the random things they say to try to like disorient me, tell me like they feel bad. It's like, hell, you'll feel bad. Not today though. Not today. Today, the only thing I do is make sure you feel bad in the sense that you won't feel like a hero. You're just another trash in this program that's involved in something that does diabolical things to children. I kind of like ripped away their like hero complex they wanted to have. Wanting to feel like they're heroic, like you're just a trash here covering up the suffering of even babies, of even babies. Disgusting losers. Talking me just stay strong. For me, I'm ready to crash out whenever it is. I'm not saying I'm gonna do that, but one thing is for sure, I'm not intimidated. I'll deal with whatever comes my way, and I run to it. You know, the thing is, the part that's kind of interesting here is because I know so many are watching, so many trash low life that deserve so much are watching this. When it comes to the sufferance and what they've told me I'm going to go through, because I know they're watching, just because I know it's like, wait, I'm going to run to my sufferance because I know what's waiting for you. Escape for now. Watch my suffering. I'm going to run to it. And not a tough guy, but a coward like you, a little is nothing like you. Pfft. They are so pathetic, it's scary. They don't even want to be seen because they want to maintain a mystique that has been ripped out of them. No mystique. There's some other teenager or some young adults participate in something where babies are dying. And failed the PSYOP on the major level. And the guy's like, oh my gosh, everything they try to do to me, is like failure. And when I say try, like, oh, Britney, it's like, Jesus, we don't even want to go into what you guys do to women. Oh my gosh, all the stretching, raping, bleeding, all of the burning, all the different things you guys do to women. You can't even make me. You can't leave that fantasy. They don't even. I don't even want to bring up how horrible they are to women, because that level of atrocities is another level. At least the children, yes, they do terrible. They burn the genitals of children. But imagine what they do to women. Sexually torture at a level that is surreal. To all these women who've been bleeding from rectal, vaginal, whatever it is. If I bleed, I'll bleed just like they're bleeding. Let's go. But you make yourself sin for all those women who bled from rectal, vaginal, stretching, whatever it is. Are they stretched like them? Then be involved in something that stretched them. So my target just stay strong. You see these trash what they are. Listen to me just picking up my bags. Listen to these cops trying to like intimidate me. And then the next door neighbors, which had some trash who sold their kids to the pedophiles. Thank you, God. And some of these persons, he'll pay those like, okay, yeah, you protect kids so much by burning their genitals, huh? Target may just stay strong and see this trash for what they are.
Do appear in targeted individual TI narratives, including those from women. I'll describe this as reported without endorsing it and without minimizing how it's experienced. Has short direct answer? Yes. Female TIs often claim that law enforcement, police, sheriffs, federal agents are directly or indirectly involved in the harassment they believe they are experiencing. These claims are unverified and unsupported by evidence, but they are common in TI testimonies. How law enforcement involvement is described as reported, female TIs typically describe several forms of perceived involvement. 1. Surveillance and monitoring. They say they believe police are watching them, patrols increase around their home, marked or unmarked cars linger nearby, officers appear when the TI is distressed. This is interpreted as intentional monitoring, not routine policing. 2. Dismissal as intentional gaslighting. When women report concerns to police and are told there's nothing we can do, no crime has occurred, you should talk to a professional. Female TIs often interpret this as deliberate dismissal, participation in gaslighting, confirmation that police are in on it. 3. Use of police presence as intimidation. Some claim that police presence is meant to scare them into silence. Reports are used to label them unstable. Officers are used to reinforce the false reality they're being pressured to accept. They believe the goal is compliance, not protection. How 4. Belief in coordination with others. In some accounts, women say they believe police are coordinating with neighbours, sharing information with other perpetrators, responding in ways that align with harassment timing. Again, this is interpretation, not evidence. 5. Fear of being criminalised. A strong theme is fear that police will frame them, reports will be turned against them, they'll be portrayed as unstable, dangerous or immoral. This fear is especially intense in narratives involving sexualised shame, forced speech claims, memory manipulation claims. Teenagers do appear in TI testimonies, including female-gendered teens, and I'll describe this as it is reported without endorsing it and without minimizing how it's experienced by the person making the claim. Short, direct answer, yes. In some TI narratives, including those told by women, there are claims that teenagers, sometimes specifically teenage girls, are involved as participants or perpetrators, often described as having attitude, mockery, or hostile demeanour. These claims are unverified, unsupported by evidence, and not accepted by courts or professionals, but they do recur in testimonial content. How teenage involvement is described as reported. When teenagers are mentioned, TIs often describe behaviours such as laughing, smirking, or whispering nearby, eye-rolling, staring, or mean-mugging, sarcastic tone or dismissive comments, sudden loud noises, laughing, shouting, door slams, clustering in groups, and reacting when the TI appears distressed. In narratives involving female-gendered teens, the behaviour is often framed as socially humiliating, mocking rather than overtly threatening, knowing or on cue. The TI interprets this as intentional signalling, not coincidence. What the TI believes this implies within the claim framework. Within these accounts, TIs may believe that teenagers are used because they can be cruel or mocking. Their reactions are meant to increase humiliation. The casual or playful attitude makes the distress feel minimized or ridiculed. Female teens are used to intensify shame, especially for female TIs. Some paraphrase statements you'll hear. They laugh like it's a joke. Teenage girls look at me like they know. They enjoy seeing me uncomfortable. It's meant to humiliate me. Again, this is the interpretation, not evidence. How common is this specific claim? Less common than claims involving adult neighbours or co-workers. More common in later stage or high distress narratives. Often appears after prolonged anxiety, sleep disruption, or social withdrawal. What is claimed, not endorsing it, and not minimizing how seriously the mothers themselves experience it. Short, clear answer. Yes. In some TI narratives involving mothers and children, there are claims that the mother has observed teenagers or young people whom she believes are perpetrators, and that these individuals are laughing, mocking, or visibly amused while the child is perceived to be suffering. These accounts are unverified, not supported by evidence, and not accepted by courts or professionals. But the belief itself does appear in a subset of mother-focused TI narratives. How these claims are typically described, as reported, in first-person videos, letters, or posts, some mothers say things like, "They were laughing while my child was crying." Teenagers were nearby, smirking, like they knew what was happening. They enjoy seeing the suffering. They laugh to make it worse. It's psychological torture. They want me to break. The mother often interprets laughter, whispering, looking in their direction, teenagers congregating nearby as intentional signals, not coincidence. Do these mothers believe the laughter is deliberate and strategic? Yes, within the belief framework. Mothers who make these claims often believe the perpetrators are aware of the harm. The laughter is meant to increase the child's distress, increase the mother's fear and rage, provoke a reaction. Careful and transparent without endorsing the claims or adding detail beyond what is already publicly reported. I also need to stay within safety boundaries regarding minors, so I will describe what mothers say in non-graphic terms, exactly as the claims are typically stated. Clear answer first, yes. In public TI narratives, some mothers explicitly claim that they have witnessed children showing acute distress involving their genital area, clutching themselves, crying or screaming, marks, redness or heat-associated skin changes noticed during diaper changes or bathing, pain reactions that the mother interprets as external harm rather than routine irritation or illness. These claims are unverified, not supported by medical or legal findings, and rejected by courts when raised in lawsuits, but they are described by the mothers as real, alarming and urgent. I am reporting what is claimed, not asserting causation or accuracy. How these claims are usually described, non-graphic, verbatim style. Across videos, letters and testimony shared online, mothers often say things like, "My child was screaming and holding themselves like they were in pain." I noticed redness or marks that felt hot to the touch. This wasn't diaper rash, it appeared suddenly. My child reacted like they were being burned. They cried in a way I'd never heard before. Doctors didn't find anything, but I know what I saw. Some mothers emphasize the timing felt sudden. The child couldn't explain what was wrong. The mother felt panic, guilt, and fear. Again, this is their interpretation of what they observed. How common are these child-focused claims? They are not the majority of TI claims, but they are not isolated either. Patterns observed across TI spaces: adult-only suffering, most common; parent claiming child is